Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. And I'm here, and Todd's not here, but a friend of the show is in his place right now.
Yes,
Stevie
sir. Yes,
Patrick Jr. is here with us. Yeah, Todd's in DR. He's getting a tan, so he's
Having fun.
He's going to come back a couple shades darker than he was, but he'll be back at some point. But while he's here, we're gonna fill in the shoes. There's a lot happening in the sports world. The NBA All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend is pretty much a family reunion for the NBA.
Yeah.
That's like the best time for all the players and the former players to come just to catch up, watch some good basketball. And it was well.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth now.
There was some good. The game was great. A few things Saturday night was great, but overall, geez Louise, man.
Yeah, I mean, the game was awesome.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the game first?
Yeah, let's talk about the game first, man.
Let's go to the good part.
The thing I've loved about this game these last 5 years that they've been doing this format, it's the first 3 quarters and parts of the fourth quarter, they're just messing around, they're just out there messing around. But then once they
get that target number,
once they're getting close to that target point, and you could see the change in how they play, because when they started getting to that target number, Team Durant, they started going to their best player, Embiid, and you could tell he wanted the ball too. And what Team LeBron do? They was getting
Steph
LeBron
Curry,
the ball, getting the best players the ball. So it was, you could tell that all these guys wanted to win it at the end.
Definitely, man. I was pretty happy with the game. It was one of the best games I've seen in probably like 10 years, 15 years. I wanted to see Curry. I wanted to see him win the MVP award, but I also wanted him to get the record. Yeah. And I feel like this. I feel like if he wasn't chucking so many threes at the end of the game, he probably could have got it. A couple floaters.
Yeah. He ended
up with 50.
With 50? The record's 52, right?
52. So he was trying to break it with a 3.
Yeah.
If he would have just a couple floaters, layups.
That's his trademark. But then at the end, it was fitting. It was kind of. I think Carl Anthony Towns, he was saying this to Draymond Green after. He was like, this is probably why people think the NBA is scripted.
Right, exactly. LeBron hits the game-winning shot in Cleveland.
Back home and back in Cleveland. And some things can't be scripted, though. That's just one of those things. It's just like, I think everybody knew they were going to him because this is, he built something there, won a championship there. And it's probably these fans, the fans in Cleveland don't get to see him. Well, they don't get to see him no more like that. So.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't sure if he was gonna make it. I knew he was gonna take it, but I wasn't sure he was gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's not that guy.
Well, and so those are some reason those fadeaways are the ones he makes consistently.
Yeah,
for some odd reason, those fadeaways at the wing, those are like his staples.
That's his spot.
He always makes it. So that was a great way to end it. I just liked how. We were entertained.
Yeah.
The game.
The whole game.
Yeah.
The whole game.
Yeah.
Ja Morant, special.
There was a lot of first-time guys too. I think there was about 7 first-time All-Stars. Darius Garland, Jared Allen, DeJounte Murray, LaMelo Ball.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, Darius Garland, that guy, he is gonna be one of those guys in a couple. No, he's gonna be one of those guys.
He's gonna be top 5 point guard in the league.
Yeah, the way he plays, because he can score and he can get guys involved, and he's big.
And he plays defense too. Yeah. If you watch Cleveland play, he plays pretty good defense.
He's a big body.
Yeah,
he's a big body.
What is he, like 6?
He's like 6'3".
6'3", but he's
6'4".
Very strong.
Yeah, so I watched him against Celtics, giving them work. This was great. But Steph Curry, 16 3-pointers. That's the record.
Oh yeah, the record was it
14 by
14 Clay.
Yeah, Clay. And once again, these guys showing you how they're the best shooting backcourt.
He's dangerous. Like soon as he steps over half court, you have to get on him.
Yeah,
you have to. You have to.
And some of these threes too, it was the one that got me was the one late in the second half. This one right here, and he just turned around before he even went in. That's the one that really got things going for the crowd.
And then he does it again.
And then this one.
He says, "Does this go in? Did it go in?"
Because Steph Curry is the best show in basketball. He's
definitely.
Arguments could be made about if he's the best player or whatever, but as far as the best show, like if people are gonna see. No matter what, it's Steph Curry. If the team's bad or whatever, people are gonna come see Steph Curry.
He's gonna fill the seats. He's
definitely
because he's definitely the best shooter in the history of the basketball game.
Yeah.
And the numbers show that. The fans will say it. You know, anybody who's alive is going to say that he's the best shooter.
And it's the shots, the type of shots he takes and makes, and the way he makes it. It's just he adds a little flair to it and a little showman to it. So
he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a champion.
Yeah.
He's a champion.
Yeah.
Three times.
Three times. It might be 4 this year. Who knows? But they got a chance. But these are the type of stuff we would like to see, because so many. There was a point in the All-Star games where it was unwatchable because they were just out there they weren't really interested in playing. It was just like letting guys drive by, giving guys open shots. So
open dunks, things like
that. This format the last 5 years has really made it competitive.
Like it.
That target score.
They're playing for money too. Yeah. They're playing for charity. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, these target score the target score games is really
each quarter is going to be competitive because they are playing for money. Yeah. And you know how guys are. Even if the money's not going in their pocket, they want to be winners. They want to be the ones.
It's going for a good cause. So I was thoroughly entertained by the All-Star game. Also entertaining was the three-point contest.
Oh, very,
very, very entertaining. Karl-Anthony Towns has been saying for years that he's the best big man shooter in history of the league.
No,
I
don't agree. Even though he won it, you know who I think is the best.
He's been saying that for a little while. Him winning this three-point contest puts him in the conversation.
Yeah, but one of the top 75 is the best big man shooter of all time. Dirk Nowitzki, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's without a question. It's Dirk.
Yeah, it's Dirk.
It's the Dirk.
NBA champion, three-point champion, MVP, Finals MVP. He's just.
But they've been talking about for years about moving the three-point contest as the last event of the night, because this is
after this year. I might agree.
It's turned out to be the most entertaining because of. Each year, it's always ending in dramatic fashion. I think what Towns finished with 28
29.
29.
He set the record.
No, the record's like 30 something. I think Bird.
No, I mean for big men.
Oh, for big men.
Yes.
Okay, not for three-point contests. No. Oh yeah, I think Bird still has the record.
Yeah, like 31
or something like that. But yeah, this is
without the Sprite 4-point ball.
Yeah, this is true. Which I don't like that.
And a rack full of money balls.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't
do that. There was only one money ball per rack.
Oh, I didn't know
Bird did his thing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't have a full rack of money balls.
No, I definitely did not know that. But yeah, Towns, the whole three-point contest, there were some guys in there. I mean, some of the guys I thought that was going to end up at the end. Trae Young, I thought he was going to be there.
Right, I thought he was too.
I thought this was his to take because everybody's saying he's the heir apparent to Steph Curry, and I was like, this might be it. And then now Zach LaVine, I was kind of disappointed in him because he's a really good shooter.
Yeah.
But it just was not there for him.
Nah, he's coming off an injury too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I knew it wasn't going to be a good show for him.
Yeah, he was trying to be the first dunk contest winner and three-point contest winner. I think
it wasn't happening.
It wasn't, but yeah, we bored y'all with some of this stuff, but let's get to the real thing, the dunk contest. The dunk contest. Ooh, it was hard to watch. I just disclaimer.
Right.
I stopped watching when I saw Cole Anthony put the Timbs
on, and that was the first dunk of the competition. And let me tell you, I've watched probably that I remember at least 25 dunk contests. Okay. That was the worst dunk contest I have ever seen in my life, brother.
The thing about it is, all these guys are in-game dunkers.
Right.
They're not really creative dunkers. They're in-game dunkers.
True.
So
good point.
It's kind of hard when you're an in-game dunker to come up with something creative. Like, we know they got bounce and stuff, but
well, I put that on the NBA. They have to come up with a different, segment. Different.
No, I put that on the players. Like the players that really can participate in this dunk contest.
Right, like Ja Morant. Imagine if Ja Morant was in the dunk contest.
Ja Morant, he's already said he's never going to do the dunk contest. There's some other guys in the league that granted he's hurt right now, but we'd love to see Zion in a dunk contest because he's a great dunk contest competitor.
Did you hear what Stephen A. had to say about the dunk contest? What he said that we should get guys from the street that could possibly do better than them.
That was an idea. No, they said you should get the YouTubers and other folks.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, because I don't understand why some of these guys in the league don't want to participate in this dunk contest. This is a great thing. This is something that you look forward to, but
they're not getting paid enough. That's why. The risk versus reward.
I mean, at this point, do you have to get paid for it? You're gonna get something out of it too, and plus the money you get from it, y'all have donated to charity anyway.
Exactly.
So
but
it's not like it's good.
I think that's why they don't do it personally, because they get incentive to play in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
What do they get? An extra meal or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. There's incentives for all this, and there's incentives to win it too. But I just think the league needs to do it. The players, they need to take it upon themselves to the ones that are actually, that people know could put on a show for the dunk contest. I think those guys need to take it upon themselves and actually participate in this dunk contest. You don't have to do it every year. You do it once. Hey, Aaron Gordon did it like 3 times, and each time he gave us a show.
Right.
You know?
He didn't win it either.
I think he won 1. No, he doesn't. No, you're right. He never won any. Like Jason Richardson, that's another one that participated in multiple dunk contests, and each one he gave us a show. So it's upon the players need to take it upon themselves to make this thing what it used to be, because there's talent in the league that can make a great dunk contest competition.
So who chooses the dunkers though?
I think the
league, right?
I think. I'm not sure. I think some of the players put their names in or something like that. Yeah, I think. Don't quote me. I think that they put their names in, and I think they get selected or whatever. Okay. But if the league sees John Morant puts his name in the dunk contest,
he's automatically in. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're right.
Everybody's gonna watch that. That'll be because some of the stuff he does.
It's in game too. It's ridiculous.
It'll be not similar, but it could be similar to the anticipation of Vince Carter when Vince Carter entered the dunk contest. That's what everybody was just waiting for. That All-Star weekend. That's all people wanted to see was Vince Carter's dunk contest.
That was the best dunk contest I think in the history.
That was good. The 2016 one was pretty good. Aaron Gordon and
that was pretty good too. But it wasn't.
They put on a show. Well.
It wasn't Vince Carter and Steve Francis.
It wasn't, but it was up there. It was up there. Even there's another year that gets highly underrated. I think it was the year Josh Smith won it.
Okay.
That year.
Okay, yeah.
I forget what year that was though. It might have been like it was in the mid-2000s.
Yeah, probably 09, 8, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around that range. That Josh Smith dunk contest. That was a great one, and 04 was pretty good too. The Jason Richardson when he did when he put it behind his leg.
But in the 80s and 90s, there was no question of it being good. Every year was good. You had Jordan, you had Dominique, guys that led the league in scoring and things like that were also in the dunk contest.
It's because they wanted to be in the dunk contest. They wanted to boost the ratings, and also they wanted to boost the likeness and image of the league, because you see guys see the stuff like that. What are they gonna do? They saw Jordan jump from the free throw line. What they do?
Everybody's trying to still to this day
from the free throw line. They saw Vince Carter do a 360 windmill. I
felt bad for the judges because they had to give certain numbers that I'm sure they didn't want to give.
And it's bad when you got the judges who are in it and who are also old school players. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation too.
That's why I said I felt bad for them.
Like that. So, yeah.
I'm sure Dominique wanted to get up and show him a couple of things.
He probably wanted to get up and smack them. I think Jalen Green had 9 attempts or something like that. At some point, after 3 attempts, that's it, man. Nobody wants.
There's not even a time limit. There used to be a time limit on the dunks.
Yeah.
They took the time limit away.
Yeah.
I was falling asleep. Seriously, on a couple of the dunks, I was about to pass out.
Watching Oregon and Arizona, which was a heck of a game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing because the Timbs just threw me off. Taking 20 minutes to put the Timbs on and stuff like that. That was bad. But NBA players take it upon themselves to make the dunk contest better.
We have to do something about that. We have to do something about that.
All right, other NBA news. The Pelicans are in quite the predicament right now. This whole Zion Williamson situation right now is he's not happy.
He doesn't want to be there.
And everybody knows he doesn't want to be there. You can see it on his face on draft night when they drafted him that he doesn't want to be there. And this is one of them situations where it's just you can't control it. Well,
how do you not reach out to C.J. McCollum?
how you so detached from your team?
Right.
You're not even playing right now. The least you could do is just show a little bit of support. Even if you have those feelings that you don't want to be there, just make it seem like just don't make it seem like it looks like you're against your teammates or
He hasn't even said hello to C.J. McCollum.
Yeah.
Not even hi. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the team.
Yeah.
He hasn't even seen him, bro. That's like Chris Bosh when he signed with Miami Heat and Dwayne Wade not saying anything to him.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you got to talk to your teammates, especially the new ones.
He doesn't want to be there. That's clear.
He does not want to be there.
So what can they do about that?
I have no idea what they can do about it, but
they're not going to trade him.
No, they're not. It's either he might force his way out of there at a real young age, just
like AD.
Yeah, pull an AD, but it's kind of bad for the league for someone like that to not want to be in a market like that because it doesn't help that market. It doesn't help that team. And the league is always going to be great because the Lakers are always going to be relevant. Some of the teams in these big markets are always going to be relevant, no matter how good or bad they are. But when you're in a market like New Orleans and like Oklahoma City and all those, you need star attractions, and he's a star attraction. Zion's a star.
He's definitely a star.
Yeah, they really need him. They need him on. They need him on the court. He hasn't been on the court at all this season. He hasn't been on the court a lot in the league.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like if he wanted to be there, I think he would have made himself available for the team this year at least once. You know what I mean? In the middle of the season, I don't think his injury is really holding him.
I don't even know what the injury is.
Some kind of leg injury.
Leg injury? Well, I mean, leg injuries you can never know. But if it's that serious for him, I mean, granted, at some point they're gonna have to discuss about are they actually gonna have him go on the court at all this year? To me, at this point, what's the point?
I think it's another Ben Simmons move.
Yeah.
Yep. He's just not using mental health. He's using his physical health. Personally, that's what I think.
Yeah, that might be the case. And
he's just not saying it right now because he doesn't have. He's still under the rookie contract, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a leg to stand on.
This is third year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
he's gone.
And it's damning when a former Duke player and your former teammate calls you out. Forget about him being your former teammate. He was a former Duke player. And you know how guys ride hard for their colleges and for guys who played for their school. And for J.J. Redick to call him out for that says something, and that just opened a lot of people's eyes to what exactly is really going on down there. Because as I said before, the Pelicans need him.
They better get the value for him. They might want to think about trading him and getting some good value for him.
And maybe he doesn't see eye to eye with the GM, David Blatt.
True.
I think that's his name, David Blatt.
I know what you're talking about, though.
It's not David Blatt.
It's not.
That's not. That was the coach, right? That was the coach. My bad. But he's not seeing eye to eye with the GM, and a lot of people don't see eye to eye with that GM. So it's a really interesting situation.
That's why Davis got out of there.
Yeah. And also, he has not been on the court a lot since he got into the league. I mean, last year he played a lot of games, did really well, put up all-star numbers, but still we have another situation where a guy with so much talent is not on the court, and then every time we see him, people are just talking about his weight.
I wouldn't doubt if we don't ever see him play in a Pelicans uniform again. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, if you don't want to pay for the Pelicans,
we got a seat for you over here in Boston.
You come up here. You, JT, and JB. Y'all make a nice trio right there.
Big three.
Yeah. Come on, Zion. Or Karl Anthony Towns. I saw you with some of the Celtics. Former Celtics during All-Star Weekend. I saw you.
I like that. That's a good look.
There you go.
That's a good look. We tried.
Yeah, we tried, but that ain't gonna look. Before we go to college basketball, also the All-Star Weekend, they honored the 75 greatest players of all time. It was really great to see all the former players and all the current players that were on that list together.
And how they interact with each other, man. It was beautiful. It's like a family reunion.
Yeah, Michael Jordan over there hugging everybody like the junk uncle, somebody said. He was just showing everybody love. No, someone said the Kobe situation really kind of, it seems like the Kobe situation kind of made him more so embrace and show love to these guys.
It was a wake-up call for a lot of people in the NBA.
Yeah, because usually he's always in the background.
Yeah.
Well, But he's always in the background as far as like interacting with the players, the current players in the league. Because when he's still a president of a team, he's still owner of a team.
Yeah.
But now more so, you saw him. He was just
stole the show from LeBron.
Stole that show, and he was just giving everybody a flowers, showing everybody love, which was great to see.
Yeah, it was really good to see. That's not MJ. He's usually not like that.
Yeah, he's usually more Stone Cold challenging Mike. He was challenging Magic to
one-on-one. I know. Yeah, still, they're like 60.
Right. Sometimes that competitive nature never leaves you, man. But if they play a game one-on-one, they'd probably have to.
I'm giving it to Mike. Versus any of those guys.
It's going to be depending how long the game going to take, though.
I'm giving it to Mike versus all those guys.
They're going to need a lot of breaks, a lot of timeout breaks, catch their wind and stuff like that. But,
I thought it was awesome, man, seeing all those guys together and how they interact with each other. This is still love.
Yeah.
It's like a fraternity, man. They're brothers.
I ain't see Scottie Pippen there, though.
No, Pippen wasn't there. There was a couple of guys that weren't there.
And you should be there.
Yeah, he should have been there. But,
they should. Guys that were able to
be there should be there. Right.
I know Kevin Durant couldn't be there, personal family reasons, but he was going to be there, but he had to leave.
There was a couple of guys. I thought, like, why ain't they here? But Pippen was the number one guy.
That's what I wanted to see. I was like, you did all this talking, you did all that,
he didn't want
all
to
that
deal
press.
With he didn't want to deal with Mike and them.
Come to this event. Y'all could have
squashed it.
Y'all could have aired out all the. Whatever y'all have or whatever you wanted to air out there, that would have been the perfect place.
Who was good to see? Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, man.
I mean, Dennis Rodman is always going to show up to a place where festivities are happening.
I thought it was good to see him.
Dennis Rodman has always been the life of the party.
Yeah,
but that was great. Yeah, but the Pippen one, I was disappointed because I'm like, why aren't you here?
Just on the screen waving.
Yeah, like why aren't you here? Right, so
we know,
but that was a great thing to see. We're gonna go before we go to Craig. We're gonna talk a little college basketball. The situation with Juwan Howard. It was a little scuffle, a little melee, a little fisticuffs. There was some players that got punched a couple times.
It wasn't the worst thing I've seen.
No, it wasn't
on TV by a coach.
Yeah.
But I think the suspension was fair.
Yeah, it was warranted too.
Yeah, warranted. I think the whole situation could have been avoided, though, if the Wisconsin coach guard didn't put his hands on Juwan Howard, because he did put his hands on Juwan Howard first to stop him. But, I don't think it was malicious, but still, you don't put your hands on someone.
Yeah. And granted, Juwan Howard has to do a better job. You're the face, you're the authority figure over there for your team.
You're the head coach.
As much as you don't want to shake the man's hand, granted, there's still a way you could just shake the man's hand.
You could have gave him a pound and kept it moving.
Yeah, or could have. How many times we seen Bill Belichick? Boom.
Yeah, and that's it.
No,
see you later. Not even look at him. Right.
Yeah, he could have done that, but this was a little, as you said, it was boiling up because of what guard did. With like 15 seconds left in the game.
Called the timeout when there was 4 seconds left on the 10-second clock, which is to get over half court before 10 seconds. Yeah. He called timeout because it resets. Now, the referee also told guard this. It's not like guard came up with this on his own. He was told by one of the referees that it resets, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when he called the timeout, and Juwan was smiling and laughing. If you could see, if you watch him, he looked at the bench and smiled like, I can't believe you just did that.
Yeah, and at that point, the game's over anyway.
Yeah, it's over.
I know.
What's one turnover?
What's one turnover at the end? The game's over. You guys are up double digits. And also, sometimes you got to know the energy. You got to feel the energy coming, because everybody knows different types of energy when they're around people. You should have got that feeling that he didn't really want to shake your hand to talk to you just because he tried to walk by you. But you don't stop somebody in their tracks.
No, and I'm surprised. I haven't heard anything yet, but nothing's happened to guard.
No.
For putting his hands on Juwan first. Everybody wants to point the finger at Juwan because he did the grabbing, or he's 6'9", he's the NBA player, a whole bunch of things. He's the more notable coach.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody wants to put, the issue on him, but I just feel like guard should have some type of penalty himself.
Yeah. He should definitely bear some responsibility because he kind of instigated it.
Definitely. Kinda.
No. instigated it. He instigated it. Like we've all said, Coach Howard, he has to be, he has to be a little better because, as you said before, this is his second time.
This is his second time, right? Exactly.
Going after a coach. So, you get 3 strikes, then that's when they're going to start looking at, your job and all that. But this didn't warrant no type of firing.
Termination, no, definitely not. I'm glad that they kept him. By keeping him, it also sends a message to his players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That, everybody makes mistakes. But you're gonna be reprimanded for your mistakes. Yeah. But we're gonna get through this and we're gonna move on.
And also, some of those Wisconsin assistant coaches didn't help at all with their actions afterwards too. There was one making gestures towards Michigan and all that. It was a video of it, and nothing happened to him. So.
You have to question that.
All parties should have been held accountable for this.
Yes.
Hey, if they would have suspended Guard one game, I would have been fine with that. Just for him, you don't touch people that don't want to be touched.
Even a fine. Yeah. Nothing?
Yeah. And once again, there was an assistant who grabbed one of the Michigan players.
Nothing?
So you can't put your hand. Don't put your hands on the coach. Don't put your hands on the players. There's gonna be repercussions. Some people don't like to be touched.
Juwan's from Chicago, man. He's from Chi-Town.
He's from a different time. He's from a different era.
Yes.
He's from a different era. So I mean,
what do you think is gonna happen when you put your hands on somebody from Chicago and from a different era?
And granted, they just lost the game.
And just lost. He knows he's mad. And you just called a timeout on him.
Yeah. So there was a lot of this could have been avoided.
It brought Jalen Rose, his former teammate, it brought him to tears just talking about it.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting out there. He just comes off looking as the angry black man.
Yes, he does.
That's what it looks like.
He's not because Juwan Howard is class.
Yeah,
if you talk to anybody that knows him, he's class. He was part of the NBA Players Association. The Players Union. Yeah. Wasn't he the president at one point?
Yep.
Classy guy, man.
Yeah, if you're talking to anybody, he's a classy guy. But I was talking to one of my friends about it. It just, no matter what the other party does, your reaction, it just will make you look like you're in the wrong. No matter.
And I think we've all been in situations like that too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but
I think that's why
I'll say that sometimes you got to fight somebody. Sometimes you have to fight somebody.
If you listen to him, he said in his press conference right after the game, he said, he put his hands on me, and that's when I felt like I had to protect myself.
All right.
That, quote unquote. That was his word.
Yeah, what you want to do is like 5'7".
Doesn't matter.
I get it. But
doesn't matter.
I'm just looking at optics wise. I'm just like, yeah, I get it. You have to protect yourself.
And
but also,
if you look, he kind of like.
Maybe he was trying to test his gangster. I don't know.
Nah. To me, I felt like he didn't. It was like he was grabbing one of his own players. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how you could tell he probably grabbed some of his players like that.
He tried to little boy him?
Yeah, he tried to little boy him. Yeah. Because he's probably, a little older than Juwan. They don't.
I don't know. I don't think he might.
You don't think so? I think he is. I think he's.
Yeah, but still, yeah. As I was saying,
you try to sun him.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just the optics. It just, if you just turn on the TV, and that's the first thing you see, like, not everything that led up, and that's what you saw, which was my case, and I was just like, what is going on here?
No, I saw the whole thing.
Yeah, so I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the aftermath of everything. I saw the whole thing. But 5 games is enough. 5 games is enough. He'll be back for the Big Ten tournament, so yeah, whatever. This guy Johnny Davis for Wisconsin.
Oh.
He's going to be player of the year. This guy is putting up buckets.
Oh, yeah.
Every time, I haven't watched the game yet, but every time I'm watching post-game stuff, that's all they talk about is him.
He threw a punch too. Did you see that?
I think he might have been the one that got two-pieced by 2 Michigan players.
Yeah, but he threw the first punch.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I didn't know it was him. I don't know.
He threw the first punch.
I saw someone from Wisconsin throw a punch. Then I saw 2 Michigan players, 2-piece them back to back. Boop, 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 yeah, got him off the screen. Too. So, yeah.
Yeah, he disappeared after that. He was gone.
I think he took a nap.
But yeah, he's a great player though.
So, yes, shoot. We gotta talk a little NFL for you. First off, the Steelers they hired Brian Flores. I don't know what title they gave him.
They gave him. He's a defensive advisor and he's going to deal directly with Tomlin.
Okay. Then the advisor, so he's got a administration role, and pretty much that's what it seems like. But I guess kudos to Tomlin though for getting him.
And the ownership.
Yeah, kudos. I mean, the Steelers are probably. Okay, they've been player-wise, as far as like they've had some players do some stuff that you just like. But as far as ownership-wise, you don't really hear too much about them.
Nothing bad, nothing negative.
Nothing negative about them and ownership and management and all that. They usually
have good things going on.
Yeah, good things going on. But this is I don't know what this happened, how this is going to affect the case.
Not at all. He still has the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Still gonna, and I think that's why he has an administrative position.
Okay, yeah. I hope this is a good stepping stone for him to get another head coaching position.
I hope so.
Because he
deserves it.
He deserves it. He's a good coach, but this says a lot about Mike Tomlin too, just to help out somebody. You know, just because he knows is he the only one, Mike Tomlin?
Now?
Yeah.
Well, the only brown one, but there's minority coaches in the league.
No, I'm talking about as a head coach position.
Right.
It's only him?
He's only brown head coach. Yeah. We have the guy from the Washington football team, or what are they called now?
Commanders?
The Commanders. What's his name?
Ron Rivera?
Ron Rivera, he's a minority. And we got the guy that replaced Flores in Miami. He calls himself a minority, too.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is, you know. Okay. I was just thinking of the hiring cycle for this one, but okay, yeah.
Those are the only ones.
And it seems like this is the only position that's suited for guys like Brian Flores, or that is given to them. It don't matter how much of what should I say?
Success.
Yeah, how much of a success and how much they put on their resume to get them another opportunity. It's like now
he's a winning coach. He has a winning record. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
There's coaches out there that still have their jobs that have losing records.
Yeah, and they get multiple chances after being let go from an organization.
Mm-hmm.
So
and some new stuff is coming out too, new developments.
In that case?
In this case, as far as like screenshots of text messages from ownership in Miami, things like that, and they're still denying Flores' claims.
Yeah, Brian Flores does not take me as a guy who's
going to make the stories up. He's just not.
Or who lies. He seems like a guy that's a straight shooter. He tells you how it is. He gives you the facts, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. But I'm glad that he got this opportunity with the Steelers. I'm glad. Shout out to Coach Mike Tomlin for doing that. So hopefully this leads to bigger things for them, because good coaches are hard to find.
Definitely.
Good coaches are really hard to find.
Right. No matter what color they are.
Yeah, they just
good
hard
coaches,
to find.
and he's a good coach. And it's unfortunate that he's a brown man being, treated the way he's being treated in this league.
And it's unfortunate that the organization that he was working for did not see the
value in him.
The value, and also how he helped develop some of those players down there. So,
have you heard any players talking bad about Flores? Because I haven't.
Not me.
One thing.
I have
not one thing bad about him.
No players from Miami have said nothing bad about him. Not even Tua. And Tua probably. The only one that could probably say something would be Tua. And he hasn't said nothing.
And to be honest, he loved Tua.
Yeah.
So
he probably just didn't fit.
He was getting, from the details that I read, he was getting messages to sit Tua.
Yep.
To trade Tua.
Yep.
And he's saying Tua's my guy. So
so we'll see what happens.
I got love for Flores.
Yeah, shout out to him. All right. And then the last NFL news: the Dallas Cowboys can never stay out the news.
My goodness.
Every time they're in the news, it's always some type of scandal or some type of something happening. So this one, they had a settlement of $2.4 million with 4 members of their cheerleading squad, because one of the executives was just doing some stuff that you're not supposed to be doing.
Yes. It was a cover-up, obviously, $2.4 million. That's a huge cover-up. And it also, some of it involved the owner's own kin.
Yep.
Own daughter. To me, if it was a player that did what he did, I think it would be major news.
If it was a player, they'd be in jail.
In jail.
Right.
Right.
Because this is the type of stuff that puts you in jail.
Yes. and this guy gets to get off, walk away, retirement, gets his pension.
Yeah. And it seems like he has a problem. This guy had or still has a problem. I don't know.
I would say he still has a problem.
It's a problem, and this is something.
It's a $2.4 million problem.
And it's something he's been doing this for how long? Since like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
This has been going on, and
half a decade.
And now this is
being brought to light.
It's just a terrible look for, once again, an organization that just
America's team.
That just can't seem to get out the headlines for the wrong reasons. They're just in the headlines for the wrong reasons. Every time you hear about the Dallas Cowboys, we could go back to when they were winning the Super Bowl, headlines for the wrong reasons. Yeah. And now this is a lot reprehensible because we've got this situation. There's also the situation with the Washington football team that everyone seems to forget, the sexual misconduct in the workplace.
Right, Snyder.
And then some of the other similarities with this case as far as the cheerleading and stuff of that nature. So it's
the NFC least.
The NFC. it's
But the most is going on in that conference outside of football.
A lot is going on in that conference. It seems like the Eagles and the Giants are the only ones keeping their nose clean, and even those.
And not even the Giants are coming up in the news.
Right? So.
With their racial things going on.
I have no idea what goes on with these organizations. What goes on with some of these folks that work in these organizations? You might be cool with the owner and stuff like that. You just can't do stuff like this.
No.
Hey, once again, you just can't do stuff like this, and for him to continually do it.
And honestly, he must have been real cool with the ownership for them to pay out $2.4 million. He must have something on them.
And for them to just brush it under the rug like they were doing for the past several years.
He must have some other information that Jerry doesn't want out.
Who even knows? But once again, Dallas Cowboys, they need to get that.
Because that's probably 4 or 5 times that man's salary, $2.4 million.
Yeah, and he's just gonna be chilling.
I don't know.
Life for you, man. Life. That's just crazy.
The shield, I guess. The shield.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah. When you know people, it is what it is.
They call it the shield.
If you know people in big places, you could find a way to get out of situations like this that most people would not.
What's going to happen is going to dwindle away. We're not going to hear about this probably in a week or two. Because
we're about to have the NFL Combine, NFL Draft talk, and all that stuff. And then, next thing you know.
Like you said, swept right under the rug.
The next thing you know, it's mini camp, training camp, and season's here. And then it's just a thing of the past. All right, let's go to Athletes Corner. We had 2 of St. Mary's boys basketball players in here, Henry and Ali. They joined us, talk about their season, and they're getting ready for the state tournament. Seedings go out this weekend. So check this out, and then we're going to come back with some post-game interviews and highlights. Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. Today we got St. Mary's Spartans forward and guard seniors Ali, Barry, and Henry. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Thank you for having us.
Good. Coming off the Spartan Classic over the weekend, packed house over there in St. Mary's. You guys wrapped it up yesterday with a win over Lincoln Sudbury. What is it, 22 wins you guys are at right now?
Yeah, 23? I think so.
23. Yeah, school record.
Yeah, school record. I mean, can you guys talk a little about that, just setting a school record for wins?
I mean, I didn't know it was a school record, but it feels good to have that. It was a long season. We had a lot of games, but we pushed through, took it one game at a time, and we got it done.
It was a lot different than last year when you guys had all those games jam-packed. We played like 3 games in 4 nights. Yeah. Did that wear you guys out a little bit last year, or was it just, just hooping?
I would say, it wear us a lot because it would just be games back to back. You have a day off, and there'll be 3 games back to back, just back to back. Just a lot of games, just no practices.
Yeah. How the COVID season? How the experience for you two? No, Henry, you only played 1 game.
I played a couple, like 2 or 3.
And you got hurt. How was the experience just for you overall?
I would say it's like way different from now. Like, we had like we had a couple fans, just families, and now we have like packed house. Like a lot of people come support us, so it's way different.
Yeah. And for you, Henry, it's been documented your injuries, the the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It was so there's some bad misfortune on your end, and it was also at a time where you guys were making runs at the TD Garden for the state title and stuff. How was it for you just having to sit back and not being able to get on the court for those times?
I mean, it was a struggle because I was always watching and you always want to be on the court, especially when you're watching your teammates play, and then that just makes you want to be out there more. I mean, it is what it is, though. Sometimes you can't control it.
Yeah, how were you able just to just stay the course for that?
You can never go back in time, so I had to deal with it. You can't like reminisce about it, so you might as well just stick with it and try to get back.
Yeah, now this season for you guys, 1 loss happened in Florida. You guys go to Florida every year. You guys have been to Florida every year.
Every 2 years or something.
Every 2 years. What is that experience? Just going down there, playing a different teams than you normally would play up here.
It's good just going on a vacation with your team, just spending time with them, having more chemistry, like getting to know each other more. And I would say that loss helped us a lot actually. It made us come back here and know that we could be beat anytime if we don't play our A game.
Ran through the conference, CCL champs again, 4th time for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are leaving quite the legacy as far as wins wise. How are you guys feeling just knowing that you guys are gonna be, when they talk about some of the teams in the school history, you guys are gonna be up there as far as winning and all the titles, the conference titles and all that.
I would say our main goal right now isn't all about all that. I would say it's about getting a ring, because when we went to TD Garden, we really we had it and we could have won, and that could have been our year. And even in football too, we could have had it, and it happens though.
We've had a bunch of good teams. We've been a part of good teams, so this year I feel like we should get it.
Yeah, you guys, the run that you guys have been on since our freshman year is pretty interesting, because you guys, each year it's been either you guys been in Lowell or you've made it to TD Garden. Playing in those 2 arenas, as a hooper, that playing in TD Garden, that's everybody's dream to play there. And also, if dreams are going pro, that's where people want to be. But just talk about playing in those 2 arenas, the atmosphere, and just how it's different from the regular courts that you guys play on.
I mean, it's bright lights, just how they say bright lights when the bright lights come on. It's just like that, bright lights playing on the big court with everyone watching. It's a good experience. It's fun.
A lot of people watching big games. You got to be in your A game all the time, especially big games. If not, you can fold and lose anytime.
For you, Ali, this senior year for you has been quite the ride. It's been first in football that fall season, the season that you guys had, almost getting to the state finals game, and now this run you have in basketball. Just for you overall, the fall and winter seasons for you have been quite something. How was your preparation coming into these seasons, I should say?
I just been preparing through the spring and summer, just working on every day, pushing myself, becoming the better person I can. And just when I came into football, I didn't even know if I was gonna come back to St. Mary's. I was thinking about going to prep year and reclassing, but then I made a decision with my brother and my mom, and decided to stay my senior year and try to win a ring in football and basketball. But it didn't happen in football, but I think we got it in basketball.
You guys have a really, really unique team, because you guys aren't the biggest team, but you guys, whenever you guys play teams that are bigger than you guys, for some reason you guys always win the rebounding battles. I mean, what goes into that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we just play harder when we see bigger teams, especially yesterday. I feel like they should have got way more rebounds, and we outboarded them by a lot yesterday. So
yeah, I was watching the film when they played Classical. They had 33 rebounds. Their goal was to get 30 something. They got 40. So I was thinking, going into that game, we need a rebound as a team to beat them, because they had 6. That kid Kyle O'Connor, he's tough. He's 6'6", so we had to stop him and keep him. I think he had below 15, so that was good for us.
Yeah, definitely. Tell some of the other players on your team that made significant jumps this season. Omni Merriman, one of them. He's made such a jump from last season to this season. I know you guys see him all the time, and just all the workouts on the court in the summertime. Is how surprised or not surprised at the jump that he's made this season?
He's a gym rat. That's all I gotta say. He's a gym rat. He's in the gym before practice, before a game, in the morning, night, he has his own gym. He can go in whenever he wants. He's just a gym rat getting better every day. He just been getting better since I think he was on the freshman or JV team his sophomore year, and now he's starting on a team that could be winning a ring.
Yeah, like I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised at the same time, you know what I mean? Like he's been working hard, so like I'm not surprised that he did it, but like I'm surprised he came a long way.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty good, he's solid. He'll have like 20 like most nights, like quiet too. Like, and loud.
Yeah.
And loud.
Yeah, and then you guys win you guys have different styles that you guys win. I've seen you guys win close games. I've seen you guys win a lot of blowout games. I've seen you guys slow down the offense. I've seen you guys pick up the tempo. Is that just the recipe of this team? And whatever teams want to play, however any team want to play you guys are just can do it all.
Yeah, I mean we practice a lot, so like we change everything. So if a team comes at us with a different formation or anything, bro, we just hit them. Like we can just kill them.
I think Coach Brown pushes us a lot, like during practices, makes us go 100% all the time. So when it comes to the games, we're going 100 all the time and like blowing teams out. So we just run them out the gym. Yeah. That's what he wants to do all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And this is also an important time for you guys. Not only you guys got the state tournament coming up, but you guys also, got to think of your future after this. What's that looking like for you guys? Are you guys still searching, or you got options on the table, or just you weighing your options at this time?
Yeah, right now personally, I'm like weighing. I'm kind of iffy. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, so I'm gonna wait for the basketball season to see what happens.
I've been going on a couple visits to prep schools and a couple colleges too. Like Endicott really wants me, and Regis, and just keep my options open right now because I could be going to play football too, so I'm just keeping my options open.
Gotcha. How that experience too of the college visits and talking to the different coaches and stuff. How have you been taking in those experiences? Because not a lot of people have those options.
No, those are fun. It's good to see the colleges and the different way colleges work. So it's a good experience to see, especially how the college life is, and to get a little step in.
Yeah, I think it's good to see like how the prep school is like getting us ready for the college, and how St. Mary's helps us to get ready for college too. Like it's a preparatory school, so and it's good like having a lot of college coaches come to our game and come talk to us. It's like good to have people wanting you to come to their program to play for them.
Yeah, definitely. And now state tournament starts sometime next week. I think you guys probably gonna have a bye, but the seedings come out this weekend. Looking at the number one seeds for you guys, and then I think 2 home games.
Yeah, I think it should be 2, because the state title game, the state championship game is at the Songa Center, so we don't know what it could be this year. It's way different.
Yeah. That one's a little weird.
Yeah.
But something about not having all 20 teams or so being able to play at the Garden, so they put it over there. It's weird, but man, good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
Everybody will find out where they're seated this weekend, so make sure you check them out. They're gonna have 2 home games, so if you got nothing to do, go down to St. Mary's and check them out. Hopefully a few other teams in Lynn make the state tournament as well, so we could all enjoy that. But before we get out of here, plug your social medias in before we leave. That's your cameras right there.
You can add me on Snapchat, Kyrie_in_the_cut, Instagram _AliBerry, Twitter Ali_Berry_12.
Yeah, my Instagram is Henry Maraca, Henry with an I, and then my Snapchat is Henry9113.
All right, fellas, thank you once again for coming through.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Follow them. Make sure you go to the game whenever it's announced. You guys been watching Athletes Corner. We're out of here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We are back. Okay, let's get into our post-game interviews and stuff from high school basketball. Our first Spartan Classic happened over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And there was some post-game interviews we did with some players. So here's the first one we did with Henry Maraca. This was after their game against Lowell Catholic.
My brother trains him.
All right, Henry, man, you guys, 100 points today. Everybody on the roster got in. Just how happy are you as a senior to see some of those guys that don't normally get some action?
It's good because they're always practicing with us and they're working hard. They're working us at practice, so to let them get in and have some fun is good.
And for you, how excited are you for this chance that you have, you know, all the stuff that you've been through at your time playing here? How excited are you? You're healthy and you're able to, you know, do something with this group.
I mean, yeah, I'm ready to go, and we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of good games coming through. So I hope we just work hard in practice and let's see what happens.
And you guys jumped on them early. You know, what did you guys see out there, especially on the defensive side? Because you guys created a lot of turnovers.
I mean, it looks like we had a lot of like easy penetration, but like we thought it was an easy game, so we didn't really play as hard as we could, and just bad passes and bad game.
All right, and we are back. Next up is Tony Felder and Matt Gaffney from Malden Catholic. They played one heck of a game Monday against Springfield Central. If you missed that game, woo, you missed a good one. So here they are post game. All right, this was a dogfight for you guys. You guys were down double digits. I mean, what changed in that third quarter that got you guys to find your rhythm on offense?
Third quarter is like our specialty. Second half, we always like, I don't know, something about the second half, we just go much harder. Their team is a bunch of dogs. They play super hard, super physical, so we just had to keep working and get back.
Yeah, we just had a lot more energy in the third quarter. Like, we just brought the defense intensity, and we moved the ball on offense and made shots.
Actually, for you, you made some big shots in that span, too.
Yeah, thank you.
What got you going in this one?
I mean, I just, was calm, and I just, let the game come to me and just, wasn't forcing anything. And then I just had to make, some plays, to score.
I know. Can you guys just talk about the atmosphere out there? Because this was a tournament-style game. Both teams played hard, back-and-forth effort. You know, last year, no fans in attendance, but this year, can you just talk about the atmosphere out there?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, all our fans were here. It was so fun, and when we hit big shots, we could feel it, and that was good.
Nah, the pit's always there. We know our pit's good. We know our school's gonna come through, have a good outshowing for us. Everybody out there was there supporting us. It's love. Just love to everyone.
You guys got another one tomorrow at Charlestown. Then you find out about the seedings for the state tournament. You know, how excited are you to find out where you guys gonna be seated, and also for the tournament to get here?
Number one. That's what we worked for. That's what we wanted to get since the beginning of the year. But now we just gotta, for the playoffs, show why we're number one and everything else.
Yeah, just gotta try to be number one and try to win it all.
All right, guys. Congratulations on the win.
All right, thank you so much.
And we are back. All right, here's another one. Next up is Jason Coggins from Everett. They beat Newton North in the Comcast Invitational, but then they lost the next day to BC High. But he had a good game against Newton North. Check this one out. All right, you guys came out here, pretty much set the tone in the first quarter with the defense, opened up a big lead and kind of never looked back. You know, how did you like the way the approach for this team for this game?
I felt like the approach was good. You need to come out with energy. If you don't come out with energy, we won't play back. That's the first 3 minutes determine the whole game for us.
Talk about this team. It seems like you guys, for the past couple of weeks, you guys have been doing this a lot. You getting up on teams early with your defense, and then it's kind of relentless on the offensive end.
Yeah, we decided as a team to keep on pushing each other on defense, keep on going back to back on defense. On offense, if we get back on defense, get back on offense. So basically, we play defense, and that's how you get our buckets. And that's how you get early leads.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, this is you guys got a big one tomorrow. But talk about how the growth of this team down the stretch of the season. You guys have done a pretty good job of handling business down the stretch, getting ready for the tournament. How you feel? How you feeling heading into the tournament?
Our feeling heading into the tournament is good. We're a really underrated team. Not people think of everything of a football team, but we play football and basketball. We're just underrated. We're just the underdogs, so we have to show up.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, and the last one we got Pop Watson. William Pop Watson III and Joseph Griffin post-game interview. I'll tell you a little bit more about these two guys after this one. They played for Springfield Central. This was after their win against Lynn English on Saturday. That was another entertaining game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
listen, when big moments come, we're going to take over as a team, not just 2 individual players. We came up as a team. We got a big team win.
You guys, especially you were on the offensive last line. You guys had close to like 20 or 30 offensive rebounds. What you guys see out there?
Honestly, we're just here to box out. We do the little things. Box out, rebound, outwork the other team. Not always relying on skill just to outplay everybody else.
Game like this, how does this game get you guys ready for the tournament? Because you got the fans going crazy. You got both teams making big shots. How you guys feel this game will help you?
We know we come out to Eastern Mass. He's going to be a big-time player just like Tyrese Garcia. He played on my AAU team, so I know him very well. And once he started hitting, I knew it was going to be a long game. But we're prepared for times like those because I know one person not going to beat us. You're going to need a team. And we're that team that you got to beat.
And how do you feel you guys have grown this season?
Honestly, I feel like even coming off the bench, we've grown playing together as a family. Honestly, rebounding, like I said, the little things, boxing out, passes, running our plays, anything, just sharpening everything.
All right, and we are back. All right, let's check out some high school basketball highlights. So check these highlights out. We are back. Okay, we are at the endpoint NBA top 10 plays. Check it out. We are back. We've come to the end point here. Just a note. That's it. That's all right. That's all we got for y'all. Just a note. We're going to go on hiatus for a little bit, just to let everybody know. So if you don't see us for a while, we're doing some stuff here, you know. There's a little transition phase happening over here, but we will be back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back. Todd will be back too. I don't know when he's coming back from DR, but he'll be back. Any shout outs before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to, of course, my son, Stephon, St. John's Prep. Good luck this year in the tournament, brother. I know you guys are going to make it to the tournament. I think you guys are seeded like 15 maybe. Good luck to the St. John's Prep team. Good luck to all the Lynn teams that are in the tournament, female and male.
Yes, sir.
You guys are always here.
Yes, sir. And also, happy birthday to my brother. Tomorrow's his birthday. So, happy birthday to him. That boy getting closer to 40. So, happy birthday.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong. Make sure you follow us.
40's the new 30.
LCTV After the Whistle, Instagram page, Lynn Community Television, Facebook page, lyntv.org. Check that out. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks, Pedro, as always.
Yeah, Pedro, my guy.